Donald Trump has become the most influential and crucial figure in the USA after winning the presidential election. And since Joe Biden will not be a president very soon, Trump does not like some of the decisions that Newsom is making to destroy Tesla and even California. So let's explain everything. So Trump announced to his Twitter followers what are some decisions that Governor of California Gavin Newsom made against Tesla and against California. And Trump's conflict with Newsom is a complicated one. Recently, it gained big noise when Newsom announced that the state will restart its electric vehicle rebate program if the Trump administration removes the current federal tax credit, explaining that Tesla's electric vehicles might not be eligible if Trump had removed the federal tax credit for EV purchases. Newsom explained that the new version of the Clean Vehicle Rebate Program, which originally ran from 2010 to 2023, is being proposed. This program initially offered $5,000 for electric vehicle buyers, later increasing to $7,500. Over its duration, it supported more than 594,000 vehicle purchases and saved over 456 million gallons of fuel, according to the governor's office. The funding for this program would come from the state's Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund, which is financed by polluting companies through California's cap-and-trade system. Newsom stated, "We will intervene if the Trump administration eliminates the federal tax credit, doubling down on our commitment to clean air and green jobs in California. We're not turning back on a clean transportation future. We're going to make it more affordable for people to drive vehicles that don't pollute." During his campaign, President-elect Donald Trump promised to remove the federal tax credit for electric vehicles, which he also tried to do during his first term. The tax credit was expanded under President Joe Biden in the 2022 Inflation Reduction Act. This program helps buyers reduce the cost of electric, plug-in hybrid, or fuel cell vehicles by up to $7,500 for a new car and $4,000 for a used one. Last month, the average price of a new electric car was $56,902, compared to $48,623 for a gas-powered car, according to Kelley Blue Book. Although Trump cannot remove the tax credits without Congress changing the law, his transition team reportedly plans to include their removal as part of a larger tax reform effort, according to Reuters. Elon Musk, Tesla's CEO, who secured a role in the incoming administration to advise on spending, supports ending the EV tax credit, and this could also benefit Tesla financially. Earlier this month, Governor Newsom announced that he and state lawmakers are working to Trump-proof California's progressive policies in preparation for a possible second Trump presidency. He called for a special legislative session on December 2nd to strengthen state laws on issues like climate change, reproductive rights, and immigration. The session will also seek approval for more funding to defend California's policies against federal challenges. During Trump's first term, California filed over 120 lawsuits against his administration. Newsom's announcement on Monday follows the defeat of Proposition 30 earlier this month. The measure proposed raising taxes on multimillionaires to fund electric vehicle rebates and wildfire prevention. Newsom opposed it, describing it as a Trojan horse that would shift the cost of transitioning rideshare fleets to electric vehicles onto taxpayers. Then, as this conflict continues, since multiple fires spread across Southern California, Trump accused California Governor Gavin Newsom of being responsible for the disaster. Trump said, "It's very sad. I have been trying to let Gavin Newsom allow water to come. You would have tremendous water. They send it out to the Pacific because they are trying to protect a tiny little fish, which is in other areas, by the way, called a smelt. And for the sake of a smelt, they have no water. They have no water in the fire hydrants today in Los Angeles. It was a terrible thing, and we're going to get that done." Trump claimed that Newsom refused to approve a water restoration declaration that would have allowed millions of gallons of water from excess rain and snowmelt in Northern California to flow into various parts of the state, including areas currently experiencing severe fires. The governor's office dismissed Trump's claims, calling them pure fiction. During his first term, Trump's administration signed a memorandum redirecting millions of gallons of water to farmers in the Central Valley and Southern California by pumping it from the Sacramento-San Joaquin River Delta. At the time, Governor Newsom strongly opposed this action. New federal and state rules now restrict how much water can be pumped from the Delta to protect the endangered smeltfish. Trump argued that these limits contributed to the wildfires. In response, Newsom denied Trump's claim that he failed to approve a water restoration declaration to release more water for the state. There is no such thing as a water restoration declaration. That is pure fiction. read a statement from Newsom's press office on X. The governor is focused on protecting lives, not playing political games, and ensuring firefighters have all the resources they need. And this is not the first time when Trump and Newsom showed their dislike for each other. Their conflict started a few years ago. That's when in 2020, Newsom spoke with President Donald Trump just 50 days before the election. It was a prime chance to confront Trump, often seen as the main target of criticism from Democrats. However, Newsom chose a calmer approach, setting aside the strong language he'd used previously about climate change and its role in California's massive wildfires. Instead, he had a polite conversation with Trump where both acknowledged their good working relationship. Only a week earlier, Newsom had criticized climate change deniers, saying he had no patience for them and that people need to move past the nonsense spread by a small group. But during the meeting, he told Trump they could agree to disagree on the issue and asked for mutual respect regarding differing opinions. Newsom said, "We've known each other too long, and as you suggest, the working relationship I value," Newsom told Trump during this famous meeting at McClellan Park. He continued, "We come from a perspective humbly where we submit the science is in and observed evidence is self-evident that climate change is real." Then in 2023, at a Vatican climate conference, Newsom criticized Trump, accusing him of open corruption. Newsom was invited by Pope Francis to the summit, where he used the global platform to mix climate discussion with politics. "My name is Gavin Newsom. I come from a state you may have heard of, California," he stated. While discussing California's ambitious green energy goals, Newsom didn't hold back from attacking Trump, seizing the opportunity to make a political statement. "Open corruption, $1 billion to pollute our states, to pollute our country, and to pollute this planet," Newsom stated. The governor criticized Trump after reports said he met with oil executives at Mar-a-Lago to ask for big campaign donations in return for easing regulations. He openly asked them for $1 billion to roll back the environmental progress, Newsom said. And in 2025, Trump, as we already mentioned, criticized Gavin Newsom's initiative to Trump-proof the state by convening a special legislative session aimed at safeguarding progressive policies against the incoming administration. Trump accused Newsom of trying to destroy our nation's beautiful California and blamed the state's insane policy decisions for driving residents away. And now Trump accuses Gavin of poorly managing California and being irresponsible. This exchange is the latest in a long-standing conflict between the two leaders, marked by mutual criticism over issues such as immigration, environmental regulations, and disaster response. During Trump's first term, California filed over 120 lawsuits challenging his administration's policies, reflecting deep ideological divisions that continue to fuel their adversarial relationship. And that's it for today.